Alright, so let's go ahead and try to create a path. I'm gonna delete the one that is already here. Let's go to object path. Actually, object blend release. Alright, and let's go ahead and let's try to use this tool. So the way it works is basically like tries to calculate the path based on those anchor points, and yeah, sometimes it's hard to make it perfect. And I just noticed something. I noticed that it kind of curves a little bit here, and that might be something that makes it difficult for the program to calculate that path. So let me just see if I can straighten it a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is just add an anchor point here where it starts to curve, and then I will use the the anchor point tool to make it a little simpler. And I think the same thing goes on here. Let's see if that's gonna help. And let's see, maybe I can also delete this anchor point. But first, let me do like a quick test. Let's see how it's behaving, if it's doing better or not. Alright, so okay, well, it's definitely doing better here and here. So this area is still a little problematic. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's release it again. So basically, think about it this way. To make it easier for the program to calculate the path, so that it looks as we hope it will, try to kind of match those anchor points one to one. So one anchor point here matched to one anchor point here. Okay, then we have another pair here, then then another pair here. So let's just see which ones are maybe like not necessary. Because I think it's mostly getting confused in this area. So what we can do for something like that, let's go ahead and let's try to use simplify path. It might be helpful for this situation. Simplify. Well, let's see how that works. See if we got any luck with that. Well, it did a fairly good job. Let's see how that blend tool works now. You see how much smoother it has? So maybe like I overdid a little bit that simplification. Maybe we could leave out some of those anchor points. But the bottom line is yes, it should be simplified a little bit, and we can also perhaps try to split that path because some areas may need to have more simplification than the other ones. So that area looks pretty good to me. So it has 1, 2, 3 anchor points, and then it has lots of anchor points here. So one trick that we can try is using the scissors, perhaps, and splitting it here, and then also splitting it maybe here. And let's see if that can be helpful. I think the same could be done on this path. So let's go ahead and let's split. Let's split it maybe here and here. And now we can try to simplify just those two segments. I'm trying to speed it up, so I'm trying to kind of do them together, but it may actually be a better idea to do them separately. So you see how much smoother it looks? So let's try that. All right. So that looks pretty good to me. Now, of course, we still have to join those segments before applying the blend. I think it's going to be a good idea to do. So I'm pressing Control J, and still need to do one more time here. All right. Yeah, and one more here. And I'm sorry if you hear my dog. He's trying to give me kisses. All right, so let's give it a try. Well, it's better. Another thing that came to my mind is maybe we could also try to blend the segments. Let's see if that's gonna help. So actually, I think it still has quite a few of those anchor points. I think we can simplify it a little bit more. And this time I'm gonna try to simplify it with one by one. So let's do that. Path simplify. Let's see if we can also well, there is also another tool that we could use that allows to custom simplify the segments. So I thought about it, but over here, smooth tool. Here we go. That might be something to try in this case. You see that's probably the best solution for this. You see how it became much simpler. I think that's probably gonna give us the best result. And of course you have to experiment with that a little bit, but that looks much better to me already. And might be also might get rid of this anchor point, but let's see if that might be actually good enough. And I'm gonna do the same thing on this segment. It's gonna help. I think we can probably simplify this area. This one. This one. So, all right, let's give it a try. Let's join those paths again. By the way, I could with that smooth tool. I don't think the scissors were necessary. I just didn't think about it, but you could if you try to recreate those steps, you could probably just skip everything else and just go straight to the smooth tool and see if it's gonna be sufficient. Alright, let's try it again. Oh boy. Let's see what happens here. Well, let's undo that. Let's get rid of this anchor point and let's see how many of those anchor points we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. So I think we should get rid of this one. Oh, I see what also happens. I think I have a disjoint segment that would certainly do that. Create that situation. All right, so let's see. I think yeah. So that one is complete and this one is complete. Okay, so let's give it another try. And So it's getting confused in this area, and we can see why. So over here you have two, two, two. Notice how it goes smoothly, and this is where it gets confused. So what we could do is probably add another anchor right here. Like so. We'll have to release that path and redo it again, but okay, so that's another one. So one here, another one here. I think if we would have to figure out how to get rid of this anchor point, and then yeah, the same thing happens here. You see how it gets confused because the number of anchor points is different on each side. So either we have to add them on this side or reduce them on the other side. So somehow we have to equalize them a little bit. I think let's go ahead and try to add one here. Be matched to this one. Maybe and let's try to add another one here. So the bottom line is if if the program finds the match easily, it's the line is gonna get smoother. So you can see how it gets distorted here because there are seemingly more anchor points on this side and there are seemingly less on this side, and that's what makes it difficult for the program to calculate. So it's a little bit of a tedious process to try to match those points. Oh, and by the way, you see, there is a hope even for the tedious process. So I added another one here and it seemed to help. So in any case, the smooth tool I think is helpful, and the adding anchor points to compensate for that for the gap where it occurs, it also helps to make it smooth. All right, so that was a long long demo. Hopefully that was helpful. All right, I'm gonna stop here.